Good evening and welcome back to the channel and to a small taste of my own personal hell. You'll notice a few moments in this recording where things jump ahead just a little bit. That's just me cutting out some menuing, going through and buying upgrades and whatnot. I decided that was a little bit too boring given the fact that I already am so terrified that I just walk around with a gun pointed at all times. So instead of making you have to torturously watch through every tiny bit of me just basically shitting myself, and the few times that I don't get terrified is when I'm in that menu, I just figured why not? See, now at this point what's happening is I'm trying to determine if I'm in the right area. Because after saving and quitting out the last time for having a mild stroke, and yep, don't know why I did that, it's just stupid. I couldn't remember exactly what I was supposed to be doing for a second. I think I've got the idea now. But we'll see. We'll see. That one actually didn't scare me. That's surprising though. I guess they're going to get significantly harder from this point out. And goodbye. And this is where I actually first noticed that the map might in fact be useful. For example, pointing me back in the direction that I thought I needed to leave. Yep, this is the direction you need to go in, son. Go this way. Don't run over to that save and save first. Just go this direction. What's the worst that could happen? I don't remember this room. Okay, never mind. I do remember this room. It just seems like it refilled, or hell, I have no idea why it has items in it now, and it also had them in it earlier. I think they did. Hell, I don't know. There's a reason why I don't tend to play these types of games. I'm terrible at them. I labeled the run through Monster Hunter World as a mediocre challenge run, but realistically, I'm significantly worse at shooters than I am at Monster Hunter. Any type of shooters, or just regular. It might actually be kind of funny to record some footage of me playing a Call of Duty and just be an hour solid of me slowly grinding towards that 0.56 KD. Yeah, I got a bunch of memory. Why not just go ahead and create a couple extra saves? My health is really low. How have I not noticed that? Well, that explains what's going to happen here in just a little while. But first, I'm going to walk circles for a little bit because to hell if I can navigate this room. Yeah, and this would be the point where save out, have to stop for a minute, then come right back. I was hoping I'd get lucky and could spot some of the necromorphs from down below and just go ahead and burn them, because I know somehow I've got to get up a level. I don't know how yet, but I know I do. See, watching this back now, I find myself thinking, I should probably just cut a section of this out. Then how would you really get the authentic, I don't know what I'm supposed to do experience? I think we should probably just stick with it. Give it the true, real playthrough experience. But you actually see how much I really don't know where I'm supposed to go. Just be aware. The entire time this is happening, my pulse is slightly elevated and I'm uncomfortable. Because I know I really have no idea what's going to happen. And there's nothing about that that's even remotely comforting. I even think to myself, maybe I can use some of the same roads they can. It's not gonna happen. And then I remember that there's a map. And suddenly figuring out my pathway becomes a whole lot less challenging. Too bad it takes me a moment to realize how to knock that little icon legend off my screen. And there's the thing that I really don't know how I kept walking circles around it. Let's see if we can find that part. Let us get the juice turned back on. Is that a necromorph? Let's test her out. Nope. Well, I mean it is, but it's not active. Yeah, well, that's good. That's very good. Let's just stomp him to death. We'll go on down this road over here. Ooh. What do we have hidden in here? Some more gun juice. Oh shit. I forgot about that one. Hey, look sideways. Boom. Said juice items. The other thing. I try to leave these things up long enough that anyone that wants to rig them can. But probably still just be better off just pausing for a second. Ah, fuck. I mean, you know, the lights were making it so much more comforting. Wasn't tense at all before. No. Yep, I bet it's behind me, isn't it? And wow, that thing's fast. There's Anissa! Stop it! This isn't going to end well. Yeah. I definitely need to start paying more attention to my health bar. And what can you do? get distracted, then get jumped from behind. There's not a lot you can do to resist that. As anyone knows that has watched Shawshank Redemption. Realistically, I guess I should probably be careful with jokes like that. It's a really good movie, though. If you've never watched it, it's actually quite the opposite of this. It's a very thought-provoking, well-directed, put-together movie. Not just something meant to scare the shit out of you. Although I guess this is very akin to some of Stephen King's works as well, other than just Shawshank Redemption. Although to be honest, he's written such a broad range of things, what is not similar to at least something he has written? I mean, Lovecraftian horror was kind of a big inspiration for him for a lot of his stuff. Especially any of you that have watched it should understand. Good thing is, I know what's supposed to happen this time around, so I'm just kind of trying to figure out where the turn is. I genuinely don't know. And it takes me a couple loops through to realize that there's a small little offshoot. Sort of keeps going down. Like, that's why I didn't find it the first 15 times I ran circles here. I didn't realize that right-hand turn wasn't leading back the direction I came, somehow. So, no real big deal. I know the items to get and how it's going to pop up, so there's no real point in being too nervous at this point. So let's just jump back ahead for a bit. Well, actually, I'm just going to shut up and let you watch me. A lot more health this time. Alright, let's take out items. No backstabbing this time around. Honestly, what I'm doing here, sometimes in games like this, they'll just hold the models for the creatures up above the stage at a certain threshold. If you just kind of look carefully, you can actually see a little bit of them. So I was curious if you could see something like that in this. The remake's been done really well, so there's no reason for that to have actually really been a possibility. But you never know. Figured it was worth looking just to see if I could save a minute here and a little bit and go ahead and get those things killed. Unfortunately, that's not the way this plays out. I have a feeling that they're a little bit more clever about how they hide the models than that. And I would almost be willing to bet they don't even spawn in until you hit certain triggers. And let's see, there's an easy. Let's go ahead and take her out. I don't know if it's supposed to do that, or if it just lets you get stuck in the stomping animation as opposed to a down body, but I figured it worked pretty well there, so there was no reason to switch tactics. All those canisters, something is probably where, but I'd be surprised if something doesn't pop out of there, or just, I don't know, anywhere nearby. But the elevator's right there. Just okay. Careful on the harder difficulties if more of those things pop open, more of the necromorphs pop out. I have a suspicion that's the way it works. Can you tell I really don't want to move forward? Up. Something coming from the right. Not there. Turn around, turn around, turn around. There it is. Oh. Generally, the second one won't scare me too much unless it pops up from behind. God, thanks, get ready. I really should start playing this with headphones on. I'd probably get scared away with this. Because it's terrifying me. Not right now, because I'm just commentating, but at the time it scared the shit out of me. Really tempted just to hit the run button and start jogging back towards the main entrance after grabbing this. Whatever it is. Ah. Upgrades. And we'll skip over this. I threw 2 upgrades into the weapon, 1 to the suit. At least ultimately that's what I'm now doing. I think I upgraded health on the suit, did a damage and maybe capacity upgrade on the gun. I don't think I pumped them in all at once. I think I stopped by it again on the way out, but that's the general way that I distributed them. Or I didn't have enough to do more than the 1 per, and later on I'll pick up another one and pump it into the gun. Generally, my thoughts are to pump most of your upgrades into damage along those lines because, you know, the best defense is a good offense, right? You manage to kill everything, you don't really have to worry about having super strong defense or super high health. Oh, how I missed that.
Isaac,
I know I go
can't
back
stay
and
here
grab
much
it here,
longer. Hearing a lot of movement.
Hold on, I got the data board. I'm coming back to tram control now.
Daniels, get ready to go.
Yeah, anytime they're talking, I'll try to shut the hell up and let that play out. There we go. That was me putting that extra point into the gun. Yeah, see, 11 capacity now instead of 10. And there's me noticing the thing that I somehow didn't grab out of the locker earlier. I'm glad they're really generous with ammo. I would say that generosity decreases as you ramp up the difficulty. Good thing I'm never going to find out. Wonder why he was already on the ground. And we start stomping free again. Not a viable strategy for the rest of the game. I don't think I'm going to keep trying to pull that off. Yeah, I about killed myself just trying to take advantage of what I thought might potentially be a glitch. Okay, safe spots. Let's go ahead and save. I saw somewhere that at some point when you access a shop, you get attacked at least once. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but that has now made it to where there are no places where I really feel safe. So thank you to random person leaving a comment about that specific instance of occurrence in this game. At least we're working our way back to a semi sort of safe area. Yeah, well, you know, I guess you can't be right all the time. Hell, he managed to really get up in my path really quickly. Still haven't quite gauged how to tell when I've shot them enough other than they fall down. Let's enemies. I think I'm still lobbing 2 or 3 extra shots into their bodies, but I don't know, maybe at some point I'll start getting the marksman skills down and just pop off limbs like an expert. I really doubt it. Just picked up Warcraft 3 Reforged. A lot of people complained about it, but I may make a video or two about that to take a bit of a break from this particular game. Just as a means of relaxing without stressing. That one I can actually do live commentary to on where I can record it on my PC. Still haven't quite figured out how to do an OBS setup involving my PlayStation.
System restart complete.
So, live commentary is not quite available yet for anything that's not a PC game. Yeah, and I'm looking like a complete idiot here because I decided, yeah, might as well throw a 1,000th save in. Just in case something happens.
Maintenance complete. Calling tram.
It's clear.
Now arriving at flight deck tram control.
I'm not completely certain why I can't just walk out there and join them.
We're on board. Something hit the roof, but it seems operational.
Quarantine lockdown's lifted, so you can get to the hangar. Comms are still down though, so be ready for anything.
What's the plan?
You and Johnston fix up the Kellyan. We report to the bridge. Standard emergency protocol.
What? Protocol? Hammond, people are dying here.
And I'm not losing anyone else. We stick to procedure. We'll get through this.
We'll see.
I think that's the person out in the ship that we left at the beginning. That really hasn't had anything else to do with the game up to this point. And here I just run into a kind of weird control glitch where I guess I pulled up the menu too quickly after that cinematic ended and it doesn't want to let me tab through it. Takes me a minute to realize exactly what's going on, and then now we're good. You know, they did a really good job with sound effects because the constant screaming in the background
Security
really does
request
wear on you.
retrieved.
It didn't die. We shot that fucker right between the eyes and it didn't die. Smith had to shoot its fucking arms and legs off. For God's sake, send help!
Did I miss that on the way in? Because it seems like that should have been something that I saw on the way in here from out in the hangar. Even recording this after the fact, just listening to the audio makes me nervous because I muted it whenever I was recording the stuff just because I was wanting to get the video so I could get the commentary down. Everything makes it sound like something's getting ready to attack you. The door's closing, everything. Everything sounds like there's just danger everywhere. There's not a single moment where this game relents. I do feel like it's getting slowly. Don't like that. What I was going to say is I feel like I'm slowly getting a little bit more resistant to the creatures just popping out and attacking things. Stuff like it just creepily moving away somewhere and not really knowing where it's going, that bothers me. That bothers me a lot. Now the question is, was that the same one or is that a different one? Pretty sure something's behind me. Yes. Oh, okay, there he is.
Isaac, we made it to the bridge. There's no survivors. Daniels is trying to get into the command computer.
Until they started talking to me, I would have thought that this was going to be a place where I would get attacked. Especially since we had to block stuff off earlier and run in that area. But for some reason that and the dropping music and all that sort of clues you in. Yeah, no, nothing's going to happen here. Although that could all just be an elaborate way of setting up a jump scare for later. I don't know. We'll see. And time to sprint, because big wide open area. Might as well just run. Well, yeah, absolutely. Looks like you've just been chilling this whole time.
What have you got on you? Is that blood?
Haley, I need
A
you to
hell of a
listen.
lot of blood.
These
Shut up and
murals
listen.
We're run with. They're fucking monsters. You didn't hear anything?
What? No, the comms are still out. Isaac,
We need the Killian fixed now. Got a damage report?
yeah, it's there. Should have been with you.
Oh god. This is the Warren Core. Go!
Now see, segments like this don't really worry me too much. Just because there's really only one direction enemies can come from. That thing is resilient as hell for what looks like a worm with a stinger. And let's see, I would imagine there's going to be another wave. Oh, yeah, there he is. There he comes crawling along. Oh, okay. Just screwed my I wonder if I could have just walked up to it and stomped it right there. On it.
Isaac, what's happening down there?
Johnson's gone. The Killian too. The Singularity Core overloaded.
No!
Killian was our only way home. We're trapped.
No! I'm not losing two good people for nothing. What about the command computer?
It's a brick. All the primary systems are locked down with the captain's codes.
So we find Captain Matthias, track his rig.
Okay. Okay, here. Captain Benjamin Matthias. Location medical. Status deceased?
Even the captain? God.
Isaac, you're closer to medical. You can double back and cut through maintenance. Find the captain's body and get his rig. With his codes, we... What was that? Chen?
storms out. Well, I guess Chin Storm Stout has decided to take out the rest of my crew. Although I do have a few questions. One of which is, why did that woman just leave all the doors to the ship open when everything around her looks terrible? I mean, yeah, she didn't hear anything that was going on in there, but it's not exactly like this hangar looks all that inviting. It seems like it'd be a smart move to lock the doors. I don't know. There's just a couple questions that I would have, like, also, why are they surprised to find that even the captain's dead? Every fucking person we've come across has been dead or turned into a monster. We haven't even seen hints that there might be someone else alive yet. Why would they think someone's alive? This place basically looks like something taken out of some sort of industrial imagination of hell. I don't know. Maybe this is just what everywhere looks like in this particular world, which I think they kind of hinted that in the next couple games, that this is almost a pseudo hyper-industrialized, hyper-capitalist style apocalypse setting. But, I mean, this is a decent bathroom. Yeah, it looks like there's the setup for necromorphs to pop out later. Yeah, it's about time to stop for the evening. Give everything time to calm down. I know I mentioned Warcraft 3 Reforged earlier, but it might be time for another pressure wash or power wash simulator episode. Just to, let's say, deload from the horror game. Of course, it could also be time to invest in a much scarier game and pop on a face cam. I don't know. If I do another horror game, it'll probably be on PC so that I can actually do live reactions. Store. Table. Skip past going through the menus. Test out a whole bunch of junk here. Popped on the other costume that was in there, and I just like this one better, so we'll stick with this one. Oh. I wonder if we can disassemble him. Yep. That fits. That'd have been a good moment for a jump scare. Shoot him in the head, turn around, there's a necromorph just staring at you from the outside of the glass. But I guess this is meant to be a sort of pseudo-safe zone. Well, I'll say pseudo, but hell, who knows? It's probably just a straight-up safe zone. Oh. Workbench. Save zone. Yeah, I think this will be it for the evening. Alright, everyone. We're going to wrap it up here for the night. Just check a few things out, but then I'm going to save and quit out. Remember, if I can beat it, so can you. Next time, we'll be posting a Monster Hunter video. Have a good night.